welcome back to Faith in the Valley with Deeply. Have you ever found yourself comparing your life to someone else's? Perhaps you've opened social media for just a few minutes and suddenly it felt as though everyone else was succeeding while you are standing still. Someone else has the promotion. Someone else is getting married. Someone else has started a business. Someone else has recovered from an injury or healing quicker than you. You see, comparison has a way of making us view and question our own journey in negative ways. But today, God reminds us that we were never created to live someone else's life and to keep comparing ourselves to everyone else. Our scripture this week comes from Galatians 6 and verse 4, and it states, "Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else." What a powerful scripture. Today's poetic reflection is called "You Have Your Own Lane," and here is today's poem. In a world where comparisons come easy, like water gushing from a tap, people post picture-perfect lives with picture-perfect captions, which feels like an invisible slap. Seeing all of this feels like an invisible slap because you compare your life to others wishing for more. Bitterness, envy, and jealousy can grow as quick as weeds, especially when we begin to start keeping score. But keeping score about how your life doesn't match others is not what God has called you to do. Give your attention and time to the lane that you have been assigned. God has assigned special work that only you can do. You have your own lane, so keep driving ahead. Don't worry about how fast or slow you can go. Let God guide you, strengthen you, and fill your heart with joy. And soon the results will appear like bright lights on a Broadway show. In reflection, we live in a world where comparison has become almost automatic, right? And this poem opens with a striking image. It says, "Comparisons come easy, like water gushing from a tap." What a vivid description. Comparison is available everywhere. It doesn't take effort. It doesn't need an invitation. It flows constantly through our phones, our conversations, and our daily lives. And without realizing it, we begin measuring our lives against everything else and against carefully edited snapshots of someone else's life. Then this poem speaks about picture-perfect lives and picture-perfect captions. Social media often shows the highlights, the celebrations, the victories, the milestones, but rarely does it show the healing, the waiting, the disappointments, and even the setbacks. Or it doesn't show the prayers that have been whispered behind closed doors. When we compare our everyday life with someone else's, we are making unfair comparisons against ourselves. One of the most honest lines in this poem is this: "Bitterness, envy, and jealousy can grow as quick as weeds." Weeds don't need encouragement to grow. They simply appear if left unattended. The same can happen in our hearts. If comparison isn't dealt with, it quietly produces discontentment, envy, jealousy, bitterness. Instead of thanking God for what He is doing in our lives, we become distracted by what He is doing in someone else's. In this poem, it then gives a wonderful turning point. It says, keeping score is not what God has called you to do. That sentence is so freeing. God never asked us to compete with one another. He never asked us to count who is ahead and who is behind. He simply calls us to be faithful. Faithful to the gifts that He has given us, faithful with today's opportunities, and faithful with the purpose that He has entrusted to us to make tangible and to deliver on the earth. One of my favourite lines in this poem is, give your attention and time to the lane you have been assigned. Imagine driving on a motorway or a freeway for our American friends, and the safest way to reach your destination is to stay focused on your own lane. The moment we become distracted by every other vehicle around us, we risk losing our direction. The same is true spiritually. God has given each of us a unique assignment, a unique calling, a unique journey, a unique valley to travel through. And when we stay in the lane that He has prepared for us, we discover peace instead of pressure. Then comes a beautiful reminder in this poem, and it says, God has assigned special work that only you can do. What an encouraging truth. There are people that we can reach, and it may not be the same people. The people that you can reach are not the same people that I can reach. There are conversations that you will have that no one else will experience. And there are gifts that are placed within you that are unlike anyone else's. Purpose isn't about becoming someone else or copying someone else or mimicking someone else's life. It's about becoming the person that God created you to be. This poem closes with hope, and it says, keep driving ahead. Notice it doesn't say drive perfectly, drive quickly, or drive like everyone else. It simply says, keep going. Trust God with the pace that you are going at. Trust Him with the timing. Trust Him with your destination. Because the God who designed your purpose also knows the road that will lead you there. So today, if you've been comparing your journey with someone else's, stop looking sideways. Look upward. Look up to God, because He is the one who gives you your help and your direction. Stay in your lane. Trust God's timing as well. And remember, your life is unique because your purpose is unique. If this reflection has encouraged you in any way, I would love to hear from you, and comment below. I will stay in my lane, and may God strengthen your heart, guide your journey, and remind you daily that His purpose for your life is unlike anyone else's. It's special and unique. If you are new here, then please do subscribe to my channel for more help and encouragement. Thank you so much for joining me again today. And until the next time, take care.